Let's all play What's My Line? And now, let's meet this week's What's My Line panel. First, TV comedian, romantic symbol of masculinity, on whom no gal has been able to pin anything on him since he was 3 months old. Soupy Sale.
They weren't able to pin anything on me? Do you know that we were so poor my mother couldn't afford talcum powder when I was born? For about 3 months I had to rough it. Here's another one you won't care for. No, I won't. We'll get on with the game here. But right now, here's somebody you will care for because they care for every night, honey. There she is, stumbling out here right now, dancing her way into your hearts. Would you say hello to Melba Tolliver?
Thank you for that clumsy introduction.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, won't you say hello to the fake brick maker from Cape Cod, Gene Rayburn?
Thank you.
Would you just explain that, please?
I won't explain it.
Well, what she's talking, I have a factory that makes plastic bricks. It's beautiful. I call Brickover. That's a little plug. Now, let's give a big warm welcome and a grand plug for a grand lady. Here's Arlene Francis. George.
Now here's a gentleman who can build almost anything with his hands. And he's very good with his head, too. Wally Bruner.
Thank you, Arlene, and welcome everyone to What's My Line.
Thank you.
What have you been doing, Gene? You've been building masonry homes or what?
Well, we use our fake bricks inside and outside, and they work very well. You'd swear it was a real brick wall.
I know, I saw one of his walls and I swore at it.
All right. But now let's meet our first challenger. So will you enter and sign in, please? Carol Ison. And Miss Ison, where are you from?
New York City.
All right, panel. Carol Ison has written a most amusing book about a very commonplace human activity. Let's show the audience just what the subject of her book is. So the subject of her book is a very commonplace human activity. And we'll begin with Gene.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Wally. Miss Ison, this commonplace human activity, can we assume that... Watch
First
it now.
line is so funny.
Can we assume that it can only be engaged in by women?
No.
Oh.
One down, Arlene.
Is it something, this activity, that one does to oneself?
No.
Two down, Soupy.
Is it an activity that takes a person around the world or in a country somewhere?
No.
Three down, Melba.
Is it an activity that one engages in every day?
Yes, generally speaking.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, right, yes.
Unfortunately, huh? Do you perform or do this activity at home?
Yes.
Always? Or no, not always. I take that question back. Would it be strange if you did this someplace outside your home?
Yeah, I think so.
I think this
Yeah.
is something that...
Is it an activity that is usually engaged in a particular room of your home?
No.
Four down, Gene.
That would rule out things like snoring and stuff like that. And eating.
Sleeping.
And things, sleeping, yeah, and all those things have to do with a particular room. Let's see. Is this Are there physical props of any kind involved in this activity?
Yes.
All sorts
Yeah.
All sorts of them. Really? Well, now let's see. Does it have anything to do with clothing the body or covering the body in any way?
No, I don't think so. 5 down, Arlene.
Does it have something to do with housekeeping?
Yes.
In fact, that's it.
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
But Carol is the author of the book Nobody Said You Had to Eat Off the Floor, The Psychiatrist's Wife's Guide to Housekeeping. And this is a copy of the book right here. It's published by McKay. Nobody Said You Had to Eat Off the Floor, The Psychiatrist's Wife's Guide to Housekeeping. I don't know. Do you have to be a psychiatrist's wife to write something like this, Carol?
Well, you certainly don't have to be a psychiatrist's wife to do housework.
I understand you love housework.
Oh, no, you understand totally incorrectly.
You don't care for it at all.
Not in the least.
She said through gritted teeth.
Do you have a basic philosophy about housekeeping?
Oh, I think if there's anything basic, it's that generally the junk in your head is the cause of the mess on your floor and vice versa.
Well, what gave you the idea to write a funny book about it?
Well, I started out writing a very straight book on housekeeping, and I was agonizing over getting it written, and I couldn't get it done, and I started thinking how it was as hard to write a book as it was to clean a floor, and somehow this came of it.
And what does your husband think of it?
Oh, he thinks it's sort of fun. He's pretty generally pleased.
Does he do any of the housekeeping?
Yes, when he's forced.
Do you have a maid?
I have somebody who's sort of, kind of.
Does the windows?
No. I have somebody coming up, to wash those. Nobody would hang out a 7th floor window, I don't think. For any money.
Well, it's become a tradition on What's My Line, Carol, to test our panel's skill or lack of it into various activities and occupations which come before it. Right, panel?
Yes.
This time we've prepared a rather diabolical test of the panel's housekeeping abilities, and right now I think enough has been said, staggeringly and stutteringly so Lloyd, open the curtains. Now, panel, one of those very ordinary chores that we do around the house is make beds, right? Very simple. So we're going to divide the panel into 2 teams, Melba and Soupy in one team, Jean and Arlene in the other. Would you join me now?
All right, let's go.
Now, the object of this game is, of course, that each team has a pair of beds. Come right on over here, Gene.
Okay.
Let's get this thing explained. There are 2 beds for you and Arlene, and 2 beds for Melba and Soupy.
Is the continental breakfast included?
Continental breakfast is included. Now, if you will notice closely, there are pillows and pillow slips and 2 sheets and a blanket for each bed. So you must get all the pieces put together and on the bed. It's going to be a bit of a contest. Speed is important, but so is neatness. Ready, set, go!
Very small
Get in there, get in there. That's it.
Done.
All right.
You have to tuck anything in.
Tuck everything in. I saw you. Okay.
Are you going to do which one? You going to do
Somebody glued the sheets together.
sticky sheets. That's not fair.
Hey, it's the Jolly Blue Marshmallow. Did you get the sheets? Melba, you can get put in jail for keeping a disorderly house. Come on now. Let's go. Come on, Melba. The meeting is at 8 o'clock tonight.
Okay, time's up. Stop. Carol, what do you think? Do we have a winner?
I think we'll have to declare it a tie. I certainly nobody's ever had so much fun doing it.
All right, and as a prize, since it is a tie, your husband has consented to see all 4 of them. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
After making beds like that, I think it's very necessary. Carol, thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you on What's My Line. And What's My Line We'll continue right after this one. Well, good group. That was well done. You're all good bed makers.
Yeah, but who makes beds that have to make beds that fast?
Yeah.
You know, you gotta go and make a bed, you have a cup of coffee, you talk on the phone, you tuck in a little bit, take a nap, you know, wave out the window.
Really?
And, yeah, not like that. Who rushes around that? If you rush around that fast, you belong to a psychiatrist.
All right, well, let's see what happens,
like
though, with
that.
our next challenger. So will you enter now and sign in, please? Mike McCaslin. And Mike, where are you from?
I'm from Monterey Park, California.
All right, panel, Mike McCaslin is president of the student body at the Mark Keppel High School in Alhambra, California. Now, he also happens to be the world's record holder at eating something. As a matter of fact, he ate 255 of these things in 45 minutes.
What was that now?
He ate 255 of these things in 45 minutes. Now let's show the audience what he is the world's champion at eating.
255.
And we'll begin with Melba.
I'll bet what you eat is something that's really not all that pleasant, right? Is it a vegetable?
Well, now that's a.
All right, that's
All right.
okay. Is it something that's in the vegetable line?
Yes.
Pickles?
Well, wait just a moment. It is not a vegetable.
No, so he's not the champion pickle.
So
eater,
it's one
right?
down. Gene.
Now, how come there's a little disagreement there? He said yes, it's a vegetable, and you said no. Who's the guest here?
I run the show.
You
Who's
run
the head of the...
Said definitely not a vegetable.
It is not a vegetable.
Was it ever a vegetable? I mean, can we assume it was never a vegetable, right?
No.
It's not transformed.
You may assume that.
Yes. All right. Well, then, can we assume that this thing grew on land?
Yes.
All right. Is it in the insect family?
No.
Two down, Arlene.
Well, he could be an anteater for all I know.
Since there was some sort of a nervous discussion about vegetable, is it possible that it was a fruit?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Now, those things that we think are vegetables and our fruits are things such as tomatoes,
Right.
nuts.
That a girl.
Anybody?
Now,
feel-
how many no's do you want?
No, I'm thinking out loud. Did you eat 255 nuts?
No.
Three down, Soupy.
I just had a wild idea that every time we would ask Mike a question, he wouldn't talk, he'd belch. Blah. You know, because you eat that much of something, you know. Does this thing have a skin on it?
Yes.
Is it ever come in bright colors?
No.
Four down, Melba.
It never comes in bright colors.
No.
What'd you have in mind, Soupy?
Banana?
Oh, okay, Melba, go ahead.
Is it a fruit that can be held in your hand?
Yes.
Oh, he's a watermelon.
255 of them?
Do they come in bunches?
Yes.
Well, they do not come in bunches. Five down, Gene.
Well, are we talking about something?
Talking about the same thing?
I don't think it's such
Our
a great...
time is almost up.
Cherries? Are we talking about cherries?
No.
No, that's a fruit.
I'm flipping all the
Absolutely.
cards and declaring Mike a
Raisins?
winner and telling you that he ate, in 45 minutes, 255 prunes. But Mike is the world's prune-eating champion.
Were they pitted? Or did,
Wrinkled?
were they pitted or did you pit them out?
After I ate them, I took the pits
You
out of my
took
mouth.
the pits out
He
after.
pit him out after he ate.
After each one, or do you wait till you get a bunch of pits?
No, I did it one at a time.
Mike, what was the previous record?
154, and that was by a boy from England.
Did you miss school a lot after that?
No, the problem was they wouldn't let me in school after that.
How are the prunes prepared?
The prunes were prepared. They were soaked overnight, so they got puffy with a lot of water in them. That was in the record book that it'd be like that.
Are you in the record book, the official, with all the Olympic
Guinness
stars?
Book of Records?
Yes, but is that a category in the Guinness Book of Records? I mean, are you listed
Well, let me
there?
tell you about it. The editors of the Guinness Book of Records have stopped publishing records for eating things on the grounds that too many people were getting sick trying to break the records. And I have to ask you, Mike, did you have any trouble along that line?
No, you see,
Never mind.
I had been training. I had been training for it, so I was expecting everything.
How do you train for?
You eat a lot of rice. That's how you train for it.
Well, you know, panel, Mike's record of 255 prunes in 45 minutes amounts to about 5.5 prunes a minute. Now, panel, you think you can do as well?
5.5 prunes a minute. No.
Well, don't worry. We're not going to ask you to try, but we are going to say, Mike, thank you so much for joining us on What's My Line. Now, panel, once again, we've reached that very special part of What's My Line, the time we meet our mystery guest. I see the blindfolds are in place, so, mystery challenger, will you enter and sign in, please? All right, panel, as you know, it is indeed one question at a time. We'll give you 2 minutes to try and establish the identity of our mystery guest, and we'll begin with Soupy.
Thank you, Wally. Mystery guest, that was a wonderful ovation. Is that because we'd recognize you from your many appearances on television?
Perhaps. Most definitely. Melba.
Mr. Mystery Guest, are you associated with a program that's regularly on television, a weekly series of some kind?
Yes, but not weekly. Gene.
That's something like First Tuesday. Third Monday. I'll meet you on every other odd Friday. Well, let's see. Are you an actor?
No. Arlene.
Are you a commentator?
No. Well, I guess really, not really so. Soupy.
Well, would you be seen on a daily news program?
No. Not strictly that. Soupy. Melba.
Soupy!
I'm sorry, Melba.
I've been taken for you quite a
You've been taken. It's not, could we call this a variety show? I mean, is that the category?
You mean musical variety?
No.
Yes, you did, didn't you?
Yes, that's what I meant.
That's a no. Gene.
Well, the thing you do in television, is it produced under the jurisdiction of a news department versus the entertainment or program department?
Yes. Arlene.
You know who it is, don't you?
Yeah, I
Gene?
know who it is.
Should we say it together?
Yes, it is.
Hugh Down.
It is.
You know, I knew that Arlene would spot my voice.
Yes,
That's why
I
I didn't use any. But
I can also spot your whisper, no matter what anybody thinks.
Oh, what does that mean?
What does that mean? Yes. What's retirement like, Hugh? I don't know anyone else your age that's retired.
Well, you know, all I retired from was 5 a week and getting up at 4:30 in the morning, which after 9 years I never got used to it, so I knew I wouldn't. And that's
No one ever gets used to it.
Apparently
I did it for
not.
6 years myself.
You know.
9 years, whatever.
What would you do?
Well, actually, there are now about 30 projects. Hopefully many of these things will evaporate by themselves, and some may come to fruition, but I'm keeping everything as loose as possible to give myself a little breather and not allow some kind of a Murphy's Law to overtake me where I wind up busier than I was before.
Are you going to headquarter in Arizona as you had
Yes.
planned to? That
Yes.
beautiful house out there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Hugh, of the years you were on the Today Show, is any one or two things that
are really great moments to you and will live with you forever?
Yeah, I think so. Among the most rewarding, I think, are interviewing heads of state. I've interviewed 2 kings, and hobnobbing with kings is a big deal. And Golda Meir of Israel, and never talked to Queen Elizabeth. She never talked to me, now that I think of it.
Well, maybe that'll work out now, I
Something
understand
like
she
that.
likes Arizona. At least Princess Margaret did.
That's half the battle.
But you, it's great to see you, and keep doing things on television because we miss you.
Good to be here, and good to see this group again, too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Will.
You Downs.
Thank you.
What's My Line will continue right after this break. Well, good group, that sort of wraps up another session, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You're all available tomorrow, I
We're
think?
coming back. Yeah, we had a good time.
And I hope you can join us, too, on What's My Line.
Prizes or product mentions were furnished and or paid for by the manufacturers or supplier of the products or services identified on this program. This is Johnny Olson speaking for What's My Line. Let's all play What's My Line? And now let's meet this week's What's My Line panel. First, that popular host of that popular match game, Gene Rayburn.
Thank you very much. And I want you to meet a good-looking, blonde, brainy lady. Here is Dr. Joyce Brothers.
And here's a handsome leading man, star of Broadway, Jack Cassidy.
Thank you, Dr. Brothers. It's my pleasure to introduce to you a lady who's brought fashion, femininity, and frolic to the home tubes, Miss Arlene Francis.
And now let's welcome Mrs. Bruner's darling little boy, Wally.
Thank you, Arlene, and welcome to What's My Line. During the next 30 minutes, you're going to meet some interesting people engaged in the most unusual occupations, which we hope will baffle this panel of experts. And in addition, the panel will face a mystery celebrity guest just a bit later on. But now, panel, you ready to begin?
Here we go. Ready.
Okay, let's meet our first challenger. Would you enter and sign in, please? Paul Francis. Mr. Francis, may I inquire as to where you're from?
London.
London, England. Very good. Panel, I'll tell you that before Mr. Francis settled on his present career, he had a number of others. He was an exercise boy for a riding stable, a cook in a restaurant, and for 7 years he was a hairdresser in a beauty salon. Later he took up the bongos and drums and played with many big bands throughout Europe. Now we come to his present occupation. He deals with a product, and let's show the audience just what his line is. May I remind you, please, that Mr. Francis is salaried. There's a product involved, and let's begin with Miss Francis.
Thank you. Mr. Francis, we're not related, are we?
No.
No, I'm sorry about that. Is this a product that I might use?
Yes.
Might men use it as well?
Yes.
Is it a product that I could hold in my hand?
No.
That's one down. Gene Rayburn.
In using the product, Mr. Francis, does it come in contact with the body?
Yes.
You mean other than the hands, Gene?
Yes.
Then you get a no, and that's 2 down. Joyce Brothers.
You tricked me. You tricked me.
Mr. Francis, when you use this product, do you move it around in any way?
No. Well, in a loose way.
In a sense.
Is it large enough to be taller than the person?
Yes.
Sometimes.
Is it large enough to get into?
No.
That's 3 down. Jack Cassidy.
Mr. Francis, the product you deal in, is it mobile?
Yes.
You mean,
Yes.
is that an essential part of this particular product, the fact that it may or may not be mobile?
No, I didn't establish if it was essential, but...
You mean, is it a product that's possible to move from
Yes.
place to place? It's possible.
It's possible, but one is more likely not to move it. The product that you deal in, is it in any way concerned with the outdoors as opposed to indoors?
No.
That's 4 down. Arlene.
Is it a product that would be found in a home?
Possibly.
But I think under likely circumstances, Arlene, this is not a product that you would find in the average home. So with your permission, Paul, I'm going to give Arlene a no on that and go on to Gene Rayburn. That's 5 down, Gene.
Is there anything therapeutic connected with this product, Mr. Francis?
No.
No.
That's 6 down. Dr. Brothers.
Would this product be used in the world of sports?
No.
No. That's 7 down. Jack Cassidy.
Is it a product that is sold on the market to a consumer?
Yes.
In a sense, yes.
In a sense. If I were to avail myself of your product, would I have to come to you to... Yes. What were you going to say, Jack?
What were you going to ask?
Yes, that was... you would not bring the product to me. I would have to come to you.
Yes.
I see. Do you in any way demonstrate the product?
Possibly.
Not really, I don't believe. Let me give you a small clue, panel, and tell you that our guest is working on Paradise Island in the Bahamas. Arlene?
Does your product have anything to do with gambling, Mr.
Yes.
Francis? Does it have anything to do with the tables?
No.
The gaming tables?
No.
That's 9 down. Gene Rayburn.
I assume the gaming tables would include roulette. Is that correct?
Yes.
Does it... Oh. Does it have anything to do with the ocean?
No.
That's 10 down, and that means that Mr. Francis has won the game. Does anyone have
a slot machine?
Yes. Panel, may I tell you that Mr. Francis repairs slot machines, and he works for the Paradise Island Casino on Paradise Island in the Bahamas. And after such a varied career, how did you end up as a slot machine repairman?
Well, I originally came to the Bahamas, it was 5 years ago, as a croupier, and went to work for the Paradise Island Casino in Nassau. And they needed people to go to learn slot machines. And I went to Chicago, went and worked on the line. And after 6 weeks, I came back to Nassau and sank or swam on the machines.
Well, can you really change the percentage?
Yes, it's possible to change the percentage.
Joyce?
Can I ask about how often the big jackpot comes up?
Any number of times it can be pulled, or you can get a big jackpot every 2-3 minutes, depending. There's no special time that a jackpot will fall into place.
What kind
But-
of... Oh, excuse me.
I'm sorry, but there is no percentage. In other words, you wouldn't say someone has to somewhere have 100 tries or 200 tries or 500
The
tries.
percentage is set by the amount of symbols on the reels as to when it falls.
The percentage is set by those fellas that own those machines.
Well, no, it's really mathematical.
Is it?
Yes.
Strictly. It's, I know a person that once wrote his thesis on the elements of chance, of holding a toothpick up and letting it fall. And it will fall so many ways, the percentages can be predicted.
What do you win, a lot of toothpicks?
You win a lot of toothpicks. Well, what is the percentage of payoff generally set?
I would say normally 80-20. The house takes out 20%.
In other words, if you stand and play a slot machine for 24 hours, you're going to lose 20 cents out of every dollar.
Yes.
Don't stay there for 24 hours.
That isn't too encouraging. You go up and you pull it once and hope for the best. Is that how would you play it, Paul, if you were going to play a slot machine?
I would just keep playing. Knowing my machines as I know the machines, I would probably stay on certain type of machines. like a 5-coin machine, which you have to pay 5 coins to put in, but you pull the handle once, but your jackpot is increased 5 times.
How large are the jackpots, on the biggest jackpots you have?
Well, we have some machines that pay $500 jackpots. We have other machines that can go up to $999.
Is it ever set so that when a man has just won a jackpot, that the next pull will also win a jackpot?
I've seen it happen, Joyce.
It is possible,
It can
yes.
happen.
It has
Yes,
possible.
I've seen it happen.
Very interesting. Well, now we're all expert slot machine players. Thank you, Paul. We enjoyed having you on What's My Line.
We'll be back to meet another challenger as What's My Line continues. Oh, we were off to a fairly good start on the 11th question, or on really the 11th no, we guessed that one. Let's see how we do on the next. Would you enter and sign in, please? Alice Schiller. And Alice Schiller, may I ask where you're from, please?
Hollywood.
Hollywood, California.
Yes, sir.
Well, welcome to New York. Panel, may I tell you that Alice Schiller is self-employed and deals in a service. But now let's show the audience just what that service is. May I remind you, panel, that Alice is self-employed, it's a service, and let's begin with Gene Rayburn.
Alice, do both men and women use this service, or can they?
No.
No.
That's one down. Joyce Brothers.
Would this service be performed for animals?
No.
That's 2 down. Jack Cassidy.
Miss Schiller, is your service confined to the male species?
No.
No. That's 3 down. Arlene.
What else is there? Oh, women.
Shoot for that crowd.
Do women use your service?
Yes, they do.
Uh-huh. Does it in any way have any relationship to the entertainment world?
Yes.
Do you do something for women in the entertainment field?
Yes.
You yourself, I take it, are not the performer. You either do something for someone or show them how to do it.
Yes.
Do you show them how to do it?
Yes.
Do you have anything whatsoever to do with the way ladies look?
Well, somewhat.
In a sense, she may have something to do with how they look. However, that is not a basic part of the particular thing that she does.
Do you operate something?
Yes.
You mean something?
Does she handle some product in her work?
No.
No. That's 4 down, and we go to Gene Rayburn.
That was kind of strange, wasn't it? You got a yes and then a no instantly. Is this a physical thing, this service?
Yes.
And would the ladies who perform this thing you teach them how to do, would they get a little dewy?
A little dewy?
A little perspiry. I didn't want to use the word.
Yes.
Well, they could.
Yeah. And would they eventually do this in front of a motion picture camera?
They could.
They could.
They could. Oh. Does it have anything to do with the losing of weight?
No.
No, that's 5 down, and Joyce Brothers.
Miss Schiller, you teach people something, teach women something?
Yes.
Do you, does it have something to do with movement? Do you teach them any kind of movement?
Yes.
Would it be in the area of walking or exercise?
No.
No. 6 down, Jack Cassidy.
I have to shoot for a specific. Your service, is it in any way part of the water?
The water?
Yes.
No.
I mean, yes.
That's 7 down, Arlene.
Does it have anything to do with the art of self-defense? Or
No.
That's 8 down. Gene Rayburn. I thought Gene would have got this the first thing.
Really? That's a little clue, is it? Does it have anything to do with lovemaking? Kissing and stuff like that?
That's 9 down.
No.
Joyce Brothers.
I've been so involved with Gene's question, it's hard to think of one.
Kiss me.
There is, do you touch the person in any way?
No, no.
No, not really. That's 10 down. Does anyone have a guess?
I have a thought. Do you have something to do that in what you teach a woman, does it help her in relationship with a man?
Sometimes.
Specifically? I see.
Anyone have a guess?
Driving, stunt driving of automobiles.
Let me tell you that Alice Schiller teaches striptease dancing.
What a bunch of dummies we are. I'd like to see her striptease without any movement. I asked about movement and said no.
Did we lead her wrong?
You stand still?
Well, sometimes you...
We did.
Well, so, okay, 1 black mark for us. But let me tell you that Alice teaches striptease dancing and is the dean of the Pink Pussycat College of Striptease Dancing in Hollywood, California. How about that? And what are the requirements for admission to your college?
Well, they have to be over 21. They have to have a high moral character. And they have to be very serious about the art of striptease. And, of course, a voluptuous body.
A voluptuous body. I think that part is
Sounds
very
like
essential.
all my attributes.
What degree do you give when they graduate from the Pink Pussycat College?
I'm glad you asked that, Joyce, because I understand that after they graduate, this is really all they need, period. It's all in this little box.
2 feathers?
Well, and plus some very small things that are, it's called the stripper's kit. But you have something else, and may I show them?
Yes, please
This
do.
is what they also get upon graduation. This is
I love that.
This is the sweatshirt, and it says the Pink Pussycat, the Naval, N-A-V-E-L, Academy of the West.
Thank you.
When they have their graduation ceremonies, do they put it on or take it off?
Both. But I tell you what, Alice, why don't you present to our 2 ladies on the panel, the sweatshirt to one and the stripper's kit for the other, and we'll just have to see how things turn out. And thank you for joining us on What's My Line. And we'll be back to meet our mystery guest as What's My Line continues. Now, panel, it's that very special part of What's My Line when we meet our mystery guest. Are the blindfolds in place?
Yes,
Right
sir.
on.
All right, mystery challenger, would you enter and sign in, please? As you can tell by that tremendous reception, our mystery guest has arrived and is seated beside me. I'll remind you, panel, it's 1 question at a time. I'll give you 2 minutes to try and establish our guest's identity. And let's begin the questioning with Dr. Joyce Brothers.
Would I know you from the movies?
Perhaps.
Jack Cassidy.
Do you presently have a television series running?
No.
Arlene Francis.
But have you appeared? Are you known for your appearances on television?
Yes.
Gene Rayburn.
Are you now or have you ever appeared on Broadway?
Yes, ever.
I would say that our mystery guest has appeared on Broadway, but this is not primarily the thing he is best known for. Joyce Brothers.
You have a beautiful voice, and obviously you appeal to the women. Are you a singer?
Yes.
Jack Cassidy.
Have you ever done a film for Walt Disney?
Yes.
Arlene?
I think so.
Well, are you appearing at the present time in a hotel or club in New York?
Almost.
Gene Rayburn.
What is it? Would you clarify the last answer,
Well,
please?
perhaps he is not opened quite yet, but will be very, very shortly.
I see. Do you have a current hit record?
No. I wish I did.
Nobody has, Gene.
15 seconds. Joyce Brothers.
Is the Walt Disney picture a recent one?
Fairly.
Okay, Jack?
I think I know who it is. Shall I take a stab? Yeah. Are you big, tall, handsome, smashing baritone? Are you a gentleman named John Davidson?
Yes.
I should have known.
I think this is very interesting because as we were standing backstage, John mentioned to me, he said, you know, Jack Cassidy is really my idol. And I don't think he
I should have known old Jack could catch me.
Old Jack?
Well, that's an affectionate term, Jack. That's like saying my old buddy, you know.
You did say O-L-E and not O-L-D.
When I sat down here, I didn't know what to think because in front of me it says admission requirements, over 21, high moral characters, voluptuous body.
You have to wear the rhinestone that's in my kit in your navel if you want to follow
did
that.
she give you that, Doctor?
Yes.
Oh, John, but what is even more interesting, courses of instruction, psychology of inhibitions, and controlling the structural components of the anatomy. But nonetheless,
Jack, I was sorry to hear about Maggie Flynn closing. I love the song from the show, though. I can't. How can I walk away?
Why can't I walk away?
Why can't I walk away?
Dead wrong for your voice, John, but
no, it
it's
isn't.
a lovely song.
I look forward to your next show.
You're at the Persian Room, right?
Yes, we open. We're almost opening now, I guess, when the show airs.
Right. And you like the live performances opposed to TV and records?
Much better, yes. I would much rather be performing on Broadway as Jack or in a nightclub rather than television, I think.
Well, you've picked a good spot. It's the Swank Persian Room of the Plaza. John Davidson, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Wally.
John Davidson. What's My Line will continue right after this message. And that's it for today. The panel was so good, they're invited back tomorrow, and I hope you'll join us too on What's My Line?
Let's all play What's My Line? And now let's meet this week's What's My Line panel. First, TV's popular actress, model, game player, beat the clocker, Gail Sheldon.
And here's today's charming Irishman, Eamon Andrews.
Well, I know the Irish don't always have nice things to say about the British, but the nicest thing I can say is Sally Ann House.
Thank you. And here's that delicious, delightful, debonair dingbat, Soupy Sales.
Thank you. Here is a guy that not only is one of the great moderators in our business, but one of the oldest. I won't say how old he is, but his social security number is 2. Would you please welcome Wally Bruner?
Thank you, Soupy. Do you know who has Social Security number 1?
You say who?
Do you know who has it?
No.
A gentleman by the name of Wilbur Cohen.
Really?
Yes, in Washington. Mr. Cohen was once a member of the cabinet under the Johnson administration, and he does indeed have Social Security number 1.
Oh, how lovely to remember.
I'm filled with trivia today, but now let's meet our first challenger, if we will, please. So will you enter and sign in, please? Shelley Siegel. Not only did some hearts skip a beat, but I think our record jumped a couple beats too when you walked in, Shelley. Where are you from?
Brooklyn, New York.
All right, panel, Shelley Siegel sells a product, and let's show the audience what her product is.
Yeah.
So may I remind you, panel, it is a product you're after, and we'll begin with Eamon Andrews.
Well, it sounds like a very popular product. Is it a product a man would buy?
Yes.
Would I buy it?
Yes.
Could I buy it outside of New York, or is it particular to New York?
Well, which are you asking?
Could I buy it outside of New York?
Yes.
Would I use it in the house?
Yes.
Would I use it in one particular room in the house?
Sometimes.
If you had that kind of room.
If I had that kind of room. Is it a consumable product?
No.
One down, Sally Ann.
Oh, I'm afraid I had a cup of coffee in my hand, and I was looking for, and I went behind a screen where I shouldn't have been. Very, very naughty, so I have to disqualify myself because I know what she was doing.
Well, thank you for your honesty, Sally Ann. Soupy.
Well, it was getting intriguing there for a while. This product, is it anything, shape, or form in the amusement or toy line?
Oh, you might broadly call it in the amusement or toy line.
Is it a product? Is it a solid product?
Yes.
Did we establish that it isn't anything to eat? Isn't that right?
Isn't anything what?
To eat.
It is not something to eat.
Oh yeah. Is it ever made out of cardboard?
No.
Two down, Gail.
Shelley, can this product also be used by women?
Yes.
Is this product large? Does it stand on the ground?
Yes.
Is it something to do with exercise?
No.
Three down, Eamon.
If it's large and stands on the ground, does it contain something inside this shape?
Well, in a sense, there are some things.
In a sense, though they're fixed things you don't take out. I would gather the implication is there.
Oh, you are saying that they are fixed things which could not be moved or taken out. Well, I'm afraid that's incorrect, so four down, Sophie.
Well, is it, does it stand taller, is it stand taller, say, than 5 feet?
No.
Five down, Gail.
Would you find this product in the living room?
Sometimes.
Is it decorative?
Sometimes.
Well, but not...
In a way.
Maybe in a way, but certainly not primarily.
It's useful primarily.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, you put something into this product.
Well, it has some things, but I don't think you would really say in it.
No.
That's a no?
No.
So that's a no. Six down, Ava.
It has some things, but not in it.
Well, on it better than in it.
Does it make any sound that is...
No.
Not by itself. Seven down, Soupy.
But you say it could be found in any room.
Well, we said if you had a specific room in your home, that's where it would be found.
Well, is it, would it be the kitchen?
No.
No. Does anyone have a guess? No. I'm flipping all the cards and telling you the products are pool tables.
To hide that.
But we have a pool table, as Sally Ann has already told you, behind a flat backstage. And Sally Ann happened to turn the wrong way and stumbled into the pool table. You can't hardly miss one if you stumble into one.
No, you certainly can't.
But Shelley sells pool tables for Blatt Bowling and Billiard Corporation in New York. Now, isn't that kind of unusual for a young lady?
Yeah. Well, I got into it. I started there as a secretary. And I was just fascinated by the tables, the accessories, and all the diversification in the pool line. And my boss said, well, you want to learn it? And I said, sure. And it was great.
Do many women play pool, Shelley?
Yes, you'd be surprised. A large number of our customers are female. And they buy tables for the home. Pool has become a family game. Most of the people who come into our place buy tables for the home instead of the billiard room. manufacturers are making tables now with female eye appeal as to colors of cloth, colors of... We have, at Black Bowling, we carry 10 colors of cloth.
You're
Very
left-handed.
good.
Does it
It's
make it
great.
more difficult?
Oh, well, I don't know, but, you know, you look like you might have spent quite a bit of time hanging
Thank
around
you,
the
Wally.
pool hall. So, I think we'll try all of you out. So, Lloyd, will you open the curtains, please? Come on, panel. All right, Sally Ann. Now, why don't we all come right around on this side of the table? Line up over there, please, and observe the old master.
Why?
Friends, I haven't done this since I lived in River City.
Oh, really?
Right.
And that means trouble.
Right, and that means trouble. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to take turns playing
We are?
pool. Sally Ann, you're going to follow me now. We're going to play the game called Slop.
Slop.
That's right.
That sounds like I could play that.
Yeah, I'm going to break, and after I break, then you shoot and try to get any ball in that you can. If you make one, you get to keep going. If you miss, the next person's turn. All right, let's break.
Put them all in. Do you play this, Sophie?
Oh, enough to...
Okay.
Oh, Wally.
How about that?
Wally got one.
All right, I got one, but I'll pass and let Sally in. And now yet another challenger, Pool Sharks. So will you enter and sign in, please? Ron Odrich. Mr. Odrich, where are you from?
Jamaica, New York.
All right. Ron Odrich is a musician-actor who is appearing in the Broadway hit play Lenny. Now, Ron also has another occupation which he pursues 4 days a week. He performs the service, and let's show the audience what Ron's other line is. So you're after his other line in which he performs the service, and we'll begin with Sally Ann Howes.
This service you perform, does it have to be just one person, or can it be a group?
Well, which are you asking?
I know you were going to ask me that. I was trying to sneak that one in. A group.
No.
One down, Soupy.
When you do this service, Ron, is it for women?
Can
Sometimes.
But it also can be for men.
Yes.
Do they come to you for this service?
Yes, they do.
Do you have like a office or a shop? Or
Yes.
something like? Do you ever touch them?
Yes.
When you touch them, do you touch them above the shoulder?
Yes.
Do you touch them, well, from the neck up?
Yes, I do.
Is it anywhere around in the head region?
Vaguely.
Do you ever touch?
Well, head or hair? I think he's being a
Well,
little
the
too
head
specific.
is what I was answering.
Well, yeah, okay.
On the head. Can we rule out? Well, here I go. I'm going to get one of those. Oh, well, let's. Do you do something to their hair?
No, I don't.
Two down, Gail.
To the what? The head?
You do
Hair.
something
Hair.
to their face then.
Well, you'll have to be more specific than that.
Do you touch the face area when
I
you're...
touch the face area, yes.
Do you teach people to do something?
Sometimes.
But that is not the primary purpose of his particular service. Would you agree? To teach them?
I'd agree partially.
All right, so we'll let it go. We'll let it go.
Does it have anything to do with skin?
No, it doesn't.
Three down, Eamon.
Well, you look a very fit character yourself. Is there any curative element in what you do? Do people in pain or come to you?
Yes.
So you have a special touch of your own.
And we have about 15 seconds.
You're not a masseur?
No.
No. Four down, Sally Ann.
Is it anything to do with the mouth?
Yes.
Did you have to have a degree for this?
Yes.
Time is very short.
Yes.
Should you want me to take
Yes.
a guess?
Yes.
Is it something like a dentist?
It is. But Ron is indeed a dentist in New York City, specializing in periodontics. And Ron, I know you also teach at the Columbia Dental School. How do you have time to do all these things? I know you teach, you're a musician, and now you're in Lenny.
Well, they all really complement each other. I practice dentistry 4 days a week, and I'm not on call for Lenny until 7 in the evening. And I enjoy doing a lot of different things. It makes it a lot of fun.
Well, what part do you play in Lenny?
I play the part of a musician junkie. Actually, the junkie who gives Lenny the bad heroin from which he dies. Acting is new to me. I basically am a jazz musician in this area. I play flute, bass, clarinet, and saxophone in the band, which is involved with the acting on stage there.
A lot of talent rolled into one man. But, well, continued success to you in all of your endeavors, and it seems like you're going three ways at the same time. Very well. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Now, panel, let's meet our Who's Who team from the studio audience. So, Lloyd, will you open the curtains, please? Here, panel, you see 4 gentlemen from our studio audience, and here is a list of their actual occupation. An architect, a social worker, a school principal, and a funeral director. All you have to do is hand out all 4 cards so that each person is holding the card representing their occupation. We'll begin with Soupy, and Soupy, you have 20 seconds. Sorry, Soup, that means they've won $25. Sally Ann. That means they've won $50. Eamon Andrews. That means they've won $75. Gail. That means they've won $100. All right, gentlemen, would each of you please take your proper sign, shuffle them around so you have your right sign. And now, beginning with our school principal, would you tell us who's who?
Ken Kwiatkowski, school clerk. School principal. Ernie Burgess, architect. Joseph Back, funeral director. Sal Weiner, social worker.
Well, our congratulations, because your team was $100, and we'll have a gift for each of you. Thank you for playing Who's Who on What's My Line.
Each member of our Who's Who team will receive this handy shaver from Mallory Battery Company, powered by Duracell, the long-distance power cell that lasts far longer than ordinary battery.
Well, panel, you were stumped, but now it's mystery guest time, and let's see if we can stump you again. The blindfolds are indeed in place, so mystery challenger, will you enter and sign in, please? All right, it is indeed one question at a time. I'll give you 2 minutes to try and establish the identity of our guest, and we'll begin with Gail Sheldon.
Thank you, Ollie. Mystery guest, you're obviously enormously popular. Would we know you best for your work in television?
It's possible.
Eamon.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's a very deep voice. It's a very powerful voice. Are you a singer on television?
Nope.
No.
Sally Ann.
Are you a dramatic actor? What's that?
That's a yes. That's
yep
a yes.
or no?
That's a yes?
Yes, Soupy.
I see.
I got confused. You say he's a dramatic actor on television?
Yes.
Yes. But did you say he also sings?
We said no.
No. Okay. Are you starring on a show of your own on TV at the moment?
Yep.
Gail.
Is that show a crime show?
Could be.
In a way. Eamon.
In a way, is it a crime western show?
Nope.
Sally Ann.
Crime.
Are you a doctor?
No, ma'am.
Soupy.
It's a crime show on television. Is it
In a
in first
way.
run
In a way.
on television? Or is it in reruns?
It's in reruns.
Oh.
Gail.
Are you a detective?
Nope.
Eamon.
Is the series about the FBI?
Nope.
Sally Ann.
Are you a lawyer?
Nope.
Soupy.
It's a crime. It's a crime. I don't know who it is.
15 seconds.
Are you dark-haired?
Nope.
What?
Does anyone have a guess? Take off your blindfolds and meet Roger Moore.
Oh, Roger! Well, you all should have known that.
I was going to ask till she finished and I didn't get around to it.
Oh, you didn't.
You see, I am a dramatic actor.
Yes. Or even more appropriately, may I say Simon Templar.
Yes, this year, last year, and 3 years before.
And 3 years, but
Didn't
the
hear
show's running.
one
The Saint is
trace
still
of
Oh,
it.
yes,
running.
it's in reruns. I have a new one, too, The Persuaders, Tony Curtis and myself.
Well, that's the new show on this season, right?
On ABC.
On ABC. What,
10
Saturday
o'clock,
night?
10 o'clock Saturday night.
Ah. Is this patterned after the book, The Persuaders, Roger? Or?
Oh, no, nothing to do with the book. It's an original idea.
It's what is it? Is it...
Well, Tony Curtis and I play an English lord and an American millionaire.
You're the American
I play the
millionaire?
American millionaire.
Do you really? No. But, well, we're delighted that you're here and that the show is doing well, and we've enjoyed The Saint in this country for a long, long time, and much success to you with The Persuaders.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Roger Moore.
Thank you.
What's my line? We'll continue right after this. Well, I think we'd better be brought up to date. Now, I know that Gail is beating the clock, and I know that Soupy is beating his carpet. But Eamon and Sally Ann, what are the two of you doing?
Oh, I'm doing an operetta called The Great Waltz with the Strauss music and everything. Have to hit those high C's and do all that.
Fun?
Yes, I love it. I really love it. Well, you don't always get too much opportunity these days to sing fantastic score like that.
Well, how about you, Eamon?
Well, I'm doing The Layabout. That's not a show. I'm on holidays, and we're
I love it.
we're going over to California, and my wife said she wanted to go to those offshore islands called Hawaii. And I said the other week in London to Wilfred Highthwaite, you know Wilfred?
Mm-hmm.
I said, you know, what's it like over there? What's the best place? He said, dear boy, he said, you know those offshore islands are as far from California as New York is. But we're going.
Well, we'll have a happy trip. And may I say, join us again tomorrow for more laughs on What's My Line?